The cold seeped through the cracks in the window, and the faint moonlight barely illuminated the corner of my study. It was a night like any other, with lines of code on the screen glowing before me. My name is Evan, and I'm a programmer obsessed with crafting complex algorithms and innovative technological solutions. But tonight, something would change my perspective on programming and plunge me into an unexpected realm. It was late, and my eyes were growing tired after hours of immersion in my project. Suddenly, a message blinked on my screen. It seemed to be an email, but I didn't recognize the sender. The subject read, "The dark code calls you." Intrigued and a bit uneasy, I opened the message. The email was blank except for a link leading to an unfamiliar website. My curiosity outweighed my caution, and I clicked the link. The page was filled with code, lines and lines of characters forming a strange, dark pattern. My mind automatically began deciphering it, although I didn't recognize any programming language I had seen before. My heart raced as my fingers moved over the keyboard to replicate the pattern in my editor. Unintentionally, my fingers typed out a script. Upon hitting the Enter key, the screen filled with flickering light, and a strange sensation coursed through my body. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness, and I found myself in an unknown place. It was a kind of virtual world, but unlike anything I had seen before. Shadows danced in the corners, and lines of code flowed in the air like rivers of data. I walked cautiously, observing my surroundings with awe. Somewhere, a hissing voice seemed to resonate in my head. "Welcome, Evan, to the realm of the dark code. You have answered its call and are now trapped in its web." My heart pounded as I tried to comprehend what was happening. The voice spoke of the ancient legend of the dark code, a tale of a forbidden program created centuries ago. It was said that whoever deciphered it would be trapped in its virtual world forever. Only the boldest programmers dared to explore its power, becoming a kind of shadows, intertwined with the code itself. As the voice spoke, I felt my connection to reality fading. The environment became more surreal and threatening. My mind struggled to find a way out of this virtual nightmare. I remembered that as a programmer, I was trained to solve problems, even the most complex ones. If there was a way into this world, surely there must be a way out. I began to focus on the lines of code floating in the air. My knowledge of programming languages and algorithms began to come to life in this strange place. I started reorganizing the code, manipulating it, and creating new sequences. Slowly, the shadows began to dissipate, and the lines of code started to glow with a soft light. The hissing voice tried to resist, but my efforts were stronger. The environment began to flicker, and a bright opening appeared before me. With one last effort, I used my skills to alter the code and leaped through the opening, returning to the reality of my study. When I opened my eyes, the computer screen displayed the same dark code I had seen on the web page. But this time, there was no sense of lurking darkness. I had learned something new that night. The power of programming wasn't just in creating software, but in the ability to solve problems in unpredictable situations. Since then, my focus shifted. I programmed not just out of a passion for technology, but out of intrigue for the challenges that could arise at any moment. Each line of code became a doorway to an unknown world, and each algorithm was a key to unlocking new possibilities. The experience with the dark code reminded me that programming could be both chilling and captivating, an unexplored journey worth venturing into even its darkest depths.